Hey everyone, it is January 1st, 2018, and this was my first photo shoot of the year. So I figured I'd take you through editing one of these photos, and I kind of like the composition of this one, so I think we'll edit this. I like the way the sun is over here, and the car's kind of offset here, and all of that good stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to select our first image. We'll click on our last one. We'll go edit in, open as layers in Photoshop. So all of our layers are loaded. The first thing we want to do is this is going to be our base layer. So we want to bring this one down to the bottom, and then we'll just work our way up. So let's look at what this one is. This is going to be the side of the car. So the first thing we want to do is we want to change this to the blending mode of lighten. And because the clouds are moving and things like that, we don't want to use this on the whole layer, so we're going to still use a layer mask, but this will allow us to see where we are painting. So let's click on that layer mask to make a black layer mask, and then we're going to paint in white. Grab our brush tool. B is the shortcut for brush. So if we hit B and we switch the colors using X, so we have our white color, we'll just go in here and paint right on the car. And that's really the only part of the image that we want. We'll go up to the next one. We'll do the same thing. So we'll hit lighten. We will put a layer mask on that as well. And we'll grab our B for brush. And with white still, we're just going to paint right up here. And we're just going to blend that into the rest of the car. And our last layer, we're going to do the same thing. So we'll get this. Again, hold Option, click Add Layer Mask. That makes our layer mask black. And then we'll go in here. We'll hit B for our brush. And we'll just come in here and paint this area right here. And it looks like we hit a little of that. I think we'll go to this side one. And paint a little bit on there, and then I'm actually going to go back to black and make this a little bit bigger. I'm just going to hide a little bit of what we painted in, just so we have a little bit better transition. All right, so pretty happy with that. One thing I do want to do is I want to crop this out a little bit, just so we get rid of that light. But I want to keep the sunset over there. So that's good for our kind of base merge. I'm going to make a merge layer of this, so I'm going to hit Command, Option, Shift, and E. That's going to make us a stamped visible layer. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Camera Raw Filter. Because we opened these directly out of Lightroom, we didn't do any adjustments in Lightroom. So first of all, we have a little bit of highlight warning, so we're just going to pull that back a little bit. I actually want to maybe bring down the color of this just a little bit. And then maybe add some blues to the top. And then we can go in here. Let's get an adjustment brush. Get the adjustment brush, and I actually want to bring that down, but I also want to bring the saturation up a little bit, and I actually want to put this more towards the yellow tone. And that may be a little bit too dark. So I want this to be really moody, really dark with just the car kind of shining. So let's come in here. I think let's pull down the saturation on this part. And now let's just go into here for the overall image. Let's raise the clarity a little bit. Let's bring up the shadows just a little bit. I think that'll help open up some things in the car. Another thing that we can do is we can grab this radial gradient tool. We can come right in here and we can lift that saturation back up from the previous adjustment, but we can also raise the exposure just a little bit. We have a little bit of the highlight peeking right there, but we can also bring up the shadows on the car, and we can probably bring up the sharpness just a little bit. So let's go back to the total image. We probably need to bring down the highlights just a tad. And now I think I'm gonna go over here to vignette and just pull a little vignette. And then lastly, come over into here, go to sharpen, pull that sharpen up. And then if you hold down Option while you slide this, you can see what you are sharpening. So we just want to sharpen the edges, and really we just want to sharpen the car, because as you can see we shot this at 1.4, so naturally the background's going to be blurry, and that's what we want. So we really want the car to be the hero, and I think we've done a pretty good job with that. So let's click OK, and there we go. And let's see, let's make a copy of this layer. So Command J, let's go up to our favorite little plugins and see what they look like. So one thing that I like to do is I like to come down here to this high structure harsh preset and click on this. The other thing you can do is down here they have the color filters. You can click on these and see what kind of different effects they have. So I'm just going to keep it on silver. Click OK though. And let's see what that looks like in luminosity. And I'm just looking at what the car looks like. This doesn't look very good on the background. You can see we have some separation of the mountains there. But I think it might look kind of cool on the car. So let's click on our layer mask. Again, that's Option click to make a black layer mask. Again, we'll grab our brush tool and painting in white. So we're going to switch using X. We'll just come in here and paint on our car ever so slightly. And that just gives it a little bit more pop. So before and after. And maybe we went a little bit. We painted a little bit too much outside. Don't really want a halo, but we want the focus to be on the car. So I think we're looking pretty good there. I don't mind the light on the ground. I think that's fine. But I was kind of going for a nice moody shot with the sunset in the back, and I think we achieved that. So I think we'll call that good. Again, I know I've been getting some questions on how I export this for like Instagram and the web. So again, I go to export, save for web. And here I changed this to 20 by 48. I leave this locked, and then I just click save. Quality at 80. And then we'll just call this Jan 1. Save it out. So hopefully you liked this quick video. Hopefully everyone had a happy new year. I'm hoping to make videos on a more frequent basis, so I'd appreciate any comments or suggestions in the comments below. Until next time, take care.